Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back if you've been with me for a while or you're already subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you're going to want to subscribe down below, and then you're going to want to hit that bell. That will give you the notifications for when I send out these videos. This is our watch list for February, Wednesday, February 8th. I send these videos out to you guys for free every single day. I go through the trades on the daily setups for you guys so you know what you should be looking for in the markets. I'm going to get to this stuff right quick. I do want to tell you there are going to be ads that roll through. Those ads pay to keep this stuff free. So if you guys let those roll through, I'd appreciate it very much. It's the one thing I ask in return for putting these videos out to you guys for free. Now, the screen that you see, that is TradingView. If you don't have something like this, you're going to want to get something like this. I have a link in the description below. It'll give you a free 30-day trial. And then if you decide to actually use the sub-service, you get up to $30 off of that subscription. So make sure you guys are checking that out and taking advantage of it for TradingView. TradingView is also works with my indicator that I've created. That's part of the Griswold Gold membership, which you can purchase down below on Twitter or in the Discord. My Twitter handle is at Mr. Clark Griswold, so you can give me a follow there. Or the trading Discord that I have, 95% free. Anybody can join up to that Discord, and there's lots of group information in there and people chattering throughout the day. I usually hop into live rooms a couple hours into the day to answer questions or whatever. So go check that out as well. And there is the paid portion of that room. It's $50 a month, or you get 2 months and you get the third month free. And it includes a 1-hour course that I've created on this strategy and how you guys can use it yourself. It includes live trading bots that send out trades to you so you don't have to go looking for them, and a bunch of other things. Top 5s out of this list. One-on-ones with me if you require them, so you can sit down with me over a Zoom call or Google Meets and we can discuss it. But let's get to this list. I'm going to do it a little differently. So normally I already have this list built. I'm running short on time today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go through the 100 or so tickers that I have, and we'll go through fairly quickly, but I'm just going to mark them out with you guys. So the first one we've got on the list is American Airlines. So AAL, I'll delete this. What we have here is a 2-up that finished green and a shooter candle. So a shooter candle has this big long wick and then this body. It looks like an upside down hammer. You can call it an inverse hammer as well, but that's showing me that there is a bearish pattern here, or a bearish setup. So what we look for is a 2-up. And now normally I would like this to be red, but it is green. So regardless of that, it is a shooter candle. It is telling us it is a bearish setup. Why don't I have... Oh, there it is. We'll change that to yellow. My triggers are always yellow. So that is your trigger, and then your targets just go to the lows of the preceding wick. So I'm not going to mark it out. You guys can mark it out in green, but it would be this right here or this right here. So yes, we have full time frame continuity to the upside, but if this trends down tomorrow and the hourly and daily are red, that's a trade I'm taking, because I don't stay in trades very long. I'm in there for 3 minutes to, maybe an hour or two at the most, at the very most. So as long as these two are green, I don't really care about the other ones. But in saying that, if these are in the direction of our trade, that's a higher probability that this trade is going to work out. I call them bonus setups. So it just gives us a higher probability that that trade is going to work with us in our favor. We'll move on to Apple, AAPL. So Apple, I'm not going to mark this one down so we can take it off the list. And I just put a little blue flag beside the ones that usually go on the list. So next we go to Airbnb. Airbnb, I'm not going to put this one either. You guys can, if you'd like. You know what? I'm on the 15-minute chart. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Let's go back to American Airlines. That's why my things were so far apart. Okay. Let's start this again. Sorry, guys. American Airlines. Okay, so we had the 2 down that finished green. I'm sure some of you guys are watching that video. You're like, dude, you are so wrong. 2 down, finish green. We call this a hammer candle. So again, this trade looks really good for us. So we have full time frame continuity. We had that 2 down that finished green. We're going to look for this to trigger at 1703. First target's at 1709. We should bust through that. 1722 and then 1732. as we approach, again, the top of this broadening formation. So now we can move on to Apple, AAPL. There we go. And Apple's got is an outside bar. It is an outside bar, so we're just going to skip through that. And you can take this as a continuation if you want. I'm not going to put it on the chart, but you would just put your trigger at the top of that outside bar and look for a 1-3-2 continuation if you wanted to. So we move on to Airbnb now. Airbnb was a setup. And again, we have that outside bar again. I'm going to take it off my list. It won't be on mine. We'll go to Adobe. Adobe, 2 up, finished green. So there's no, it's actually outside bar. So there's no setup for me there. AFRM, 2 down, finished green. So there is a setup on this one. And we just put our triggers there. We can delete that trigger. And we move our targets right there. This blue line that you see here, guys, that's a 9 EMA line. I am going to do a video on the 9 EMA and how I use it when I'm deep into a trade. But it's a story for another day. So AFRM, that goes on the list. I put a little blue tick, and that goes to my daily watch list. AMC. AMC is an inside bar. So for those of you that don't know how to trade these, we put our triggers to the high side, and the low side, we put our targets to the next preceding wick. That's the same. I'm going to actually put that target there. And then we're going to put this target up there. So an inside bar, guys, or a 1 bar, if you don't know what that is, basically it's a consolidating candle. It doesn't break the high, and it doesn't break the low of the previous candle. So this yellow bar, it's yellow because that's part of my indicator, as is the time frame continuity, the candlestick numbers, the white outside bars, and a bunch of other things. That indicator comes with the membership, or you can purchase it separately, and you get it for life. It's a one-time fee. It's 25 bucks. You'll have it for the rest of your life. If there's any updates, you automatically get those updates. But this inside bar, if you see that yellow bar, and I want you guys to think of like a spring being loaded, compacted, tightened. And what we're looking for are these big moves here, where we get these big breaks to the upside or downside, and we take that pressure off the spring, and we expect that spring to take off in one direction or the other. So that's what we look for off of the inside bars. Anybody who's new or struggling, I always tell them to concentrate on the inside bars because they are the easiest things to trade, in my opinion. So we look for calls at 696 or puts at 618. We just need this hourly and this daily trading in the same direction. We would get that if it triggers to either side. Okay, so that's AMC. We will put it on the list there, and we'll move on to AMD. We go through AMD. AMD's got a 2 down that finished green. So can we put this on the list? We can. It's not a great play, just because this target is so small. Like there's no room between this trigger and this target. So the trigger is 86.25, target is 86.28. I like to see those targets a little bit bigger. Not saying this won't work. We do have time frame continuity in our favor. I will put it on the list. You guys can do it as well. But I like to see those targets usually a little bit higher. And we'll move on to Amazon. And this is what I do, guys. I go through this list. There's about 100 tickers here. And I just, when I'm not doing this video, I'm flicking through. I'm placing my trigger because what do we have here? We have a 2 down that finished green and a hammer candle. So all bullish setups, and we've got time frame continuity in the majority anyways in our favor outside of the week or the month. Okay, but the quarterly and the yearly, it's saying there's buyers. So I will look for Amazon. That would be on the list. I put a little blue tick by it. Activision used to be on my list, not anymore, but I keep it on there just for reference. Just in case it comes back to something that I want to look at trading. BA, that's Boeing. It's just a straight 2 up, so I'm taking that off the list. Then we go to Baba, Alibaba. BA, 2 up, finish red. So again, in these situations, when we have the 2 up, but it's the opposite color of what it should be, I look for those reversals, okay? 2 up, finish red. I'm going to look for it to trend down. That will be on the list. Then we go to BAC, that's Bank of America. 2 up green. No setup. Okay, and this is, again, guys, this is all I do. So we go to BBBY, that's Bed Bath & Beyond. I heard it took a tumble. I have not seen it. But if we go to BBBY, and there's that big tumble, 2 down red shooter candle, look for that probably to have a continuation to the downside. We go on to BIDU, and it's probably going to end up going outside bar. So if you guys wanted to play that, you go right ahead. BIDU, 2 up, green, no setup. Beyond Meat, 2 down red, no setup. Citibank, 2 up green, no setup. Cat, not something I usually trade on the daily because the spreads are too far apart for me. So we'll leave Cat off of that list. CCL, 2-up green. No trigger. Chewy, CHWY. It's got a hammer candle there, and we could look for a 122 rev strat. So if you wanted to keep this on there, you just do this. Put your target at the top of the wick, and that's it. That's your setup on Chewy if you want to leave it. I'm going to take mine off of there. CL, Colgate Palmolive. 2 down green. I'm going to leave this one alone because it's so close to possibly being green or red. So I'm going to leave that off the list. We are still trading inside week, so we're looking to break out of this week. You could still look for a swing trade here on CL if it breaks above either one of those 2 pink lines. We'll head into CMCSA. I do have a book coming out, guys. Trading Psychology. It's called Mind Over Market. So that will be out really soon. I'm just in the draft order section of it. So CMCSA, no play. CMG, there's no play there. CMG is Chipotle, but it's a high premium play, so I don't usually put it on there. CRM is Salesforce, and wow, that really that popped up there. CMG, CRM. Let's come back to it and see what happens. There we go. CRM outside bar, no setup. Cisco, 2 down green. Let's look at this for a play for calls back to the upside. And again, we just put our target or our trigger there, and the targets go to the top of the preceding wicks, except when we have the gaps. Then they go to the bottom of the preceding wicks until the gaps are filled. So here, here, and then your next target goes up here. So I'm not going to put in those additional targets. Feel free to do that, guys. That is your setup for Cisco. We put a blue tick by it, and that is now on my daily watch list. CVS, it's been in a terrible downtrend, and right now it's outside bar on the day. For today, we've got no play. CVX, 2-up green. So that was a reversal pattern that you see there. That one went, no setup currently. D-Dog, no setup. Okay, DIA, the diamonds. What do you have on DIA? DIA's outside bar, no setup for me there. You could look at a continuation if you wanted to. Disney, 2-up green, full time frame, so you could look at a continuation there. Same thing with DraftKings, 2-up green, full time frame. That was one of our 3-1 setups on our top 5. Hit targets, hit magnitude. Dollar Tree, not usually on my list, but it does have a hammer candle there. The spreads are quite far apart on it. DocuSign, I'm going to take DraftKings off that list. DocuSign, outside bar. DWAC, not on my list anymore. Spreads are too far apart and crappy volume. eBay, 2 down green. That's pretty close to a hammer candle. So we put it there, top of the wick. Target, top of the wick. Not great magnitude on that. So that would be your second target. But we do have full time frame on eBay. We move on to Etsy. Etsy, same thing. 122 rev strat is what we're looking for. Inside bar, 2 down, 2 up, hammer candle. And there is our first target. That's the setup on eBay, or sorry, on Etsy. EW, 2 down green, so same thing. We put our trigger at the top of that green candle there, and we can put our target at the top of the preceding wick. There's that gap fill, so that becomes your next target. That's EW. Ford Motor Company, no setup. It's a 2-up green. Fubo, 2 down red, so nothing there. GE, I'm going to leave that one off. Your targets aren't great. You could look for this setup, though. You could look for that to trigger to the upside, okay? On GE, we can leave it on there for you guys. Next up, General Motors. I think it had a double inside bar. It did. It went outside bar, so not a great setup there. And nothing for tomorrow. Nothing on GME. Google has nothing. It's a 2-up. It'll be a 2-up continuation if you're looking at it. Here's another one. Goldman Sachs, 2-up green. Home Depot, big spreads, so I'm not taking it, but there is a setup there. 2 down, finish green. Hood, I don't trade anymore, but I leave it on that list. IBM, looks like it went outside bar, so there's nothing on IBM. INTC, 2 down green. So there's a setup here, guys. 2 down green. We look for that 2-2 reversal back to the upside. So again, very simply, trigger at the top of the wick. And there you go. First target marked out for you guys. INTC goes on the list. IWM, 2 down green. So this one, again, you can put your trigger here. The target does not have great magnitude, but that's your setup for IWM, Russell 2000 ETF. That goes on the list. JP Morgan, 2-2 continuation. Nothing there. Or 1-2-2 continuation. Coca-Cola, 2 down, finished green. Akeem, I don't know if you took that trade. He's in the Discord. He said he liked Coke yesterday. Coca-Cola. KO, so I wonder how he did there. But KO we can have on the list. Lucid's got nothing. It's just a 2 down that finished red. Lowe's is another one of those big spreads, but it does have a setup here. If you want to put it full time frame, trigger would go on this candle, targets top of the wicks. So Lowe's, for me, it's not on there because of the spread between the bid and the ask. LTHM, Livent Corporation, we can put a setup on there. It's a 2 down green. So that will go on the list. This one's not going to go on the list. That's an outside bar on Lululemon. LUV, I don't usually play. Lyft, LYFT. We're just looking for a continuation there on Lyft. MasterCard, M is Macy's. So 2 down red. That's a hammer candle. So you could look for a trigger back to the upside on this one if you wanted. Again, your trigger just goes to the top of the candle. Targets on the preceding wicks. Not something I would normally put on, but there is a setup there. MasterCard's got nothing. It's an outside bar. Meta, Facebook, double inside bar. Didn't really have the run we were expecting, but you could look for a continuation here if you wanted. A 1-3-2 continuation, and your trigger just goes to the top of that outside bar, okay? So I'll leave that on the list for you guys. Meta, MGM, I don't play that often. Monster, same thing. Moderna, MRNA. 2 down green, hammer candle. So let's get our triggers on that there. And let's get a target on there as well. Time frame continuity is going against us, so we'll see how Moderna plays out on Wednesday. Next up, we move into Marvel, which I don't play very often, so we'll skip past that. MS is Morgan Stanley, sorry. And Morgan Stanley had that double inside bar, went outside bar again, so I'll take that one off the list as well. Mr. Softy, that's Microsoft. That's a 2 up to finish green. MU. What do we have on MU? 2 up green. Possibly an outside bar there. It looks like Netflix. Netflix 2 down green. So we'll leave this one on the list. 1-2-2 Rev Strat. Back to the upside on Netflix. There's our trigger. That other yellow line would be our target. Neo. What do we got on Neo? This computer's moving quite slow, guys. Hopefully you're still sticking with me here. Neo's got... There we go. We're going to skip over Neo. Not something I'm going to look at for tomorrow. Nike, 2 down green. This is another one. You can put your triggers in here and your targets at the tops here, okay? So I'll let you guys go through these as we go. I'm not going to list out any more or do the triggers and targets because, again, I am running short on time. We go into NVAX, not something I play. It's a 2 down continuation there. NVIDIA, 2 up green. Oracle is 2 up on the year, but it has trended back down. So we skip over Oracle. No setup. Pfizer, PFE, just looking for a continuation there on Pfizer. PG, I wouldn't play that one because of the doji. I don't know what it's going to do. It's very close to red or green. Pinterest, nothing there. We go into Palantir, PLTR. I'm going to skip that one as well because of those. It really could flip red or green. Plug, nothing there. It's just a 2 down red. Peloton, PTON, inside bar. So we talked about the inside bars on a little while ago and how I really love the inside bars. We have one here on Peloton. So we'll mark that out with the tops and the bottoms. You can play this either way. Targets again. Bottom of the wick of the preceding candle. top of the wicks of the preceding candle, and we put it on the list. We move into PayPal. That's got a 2 down green. So again, trigger goes to the top of this candle here. I'm not going to mark it out for you guys. You guys can do that as well. Jot it down. QCOM, nothing there. The Qs, triple Q, nothing there. Roblox, RBLX. If this way works for you guys a little better, let me know, and then I can start doing it this way. I prefer the other way, but it's up to you guys really, because these videos are for you guys. RIVN, that's a hammer candle. You could put your trigger at the top. We could just move this down here, and that becomes your trigger. Okay, so that's on Rivian. We'll leave that one on the list for you guys. Roku, outside bar on Roku. Starbucks was on the list for today. Inside bar did really well. We can take that off because it's just looking as a 2-2 continuation. Inside bar on C Limited. So again, targets on the top and the bottom, or triggers on the top of the bottom of the inside bar. Targets go to the tops and bottoms of the preceding wicks. And again, if you guys have questions on these, leave them in the Discord, and I'll go into a little bit more depth on them later tonight. There's a hammer candle on Shopify. You can put that one on your list if you like. SIGA, not something I usually play. SLB, again, no play there. Snap, SNAP, no setup there. SoFi's got a 2 down green. You could play this, guys. We've got full time frame continuity. You could look at putting your trigger at the top of this candle, just like that. And then your targets are here, here, and here. Okay? Space is next. 2 down green. You could put that on your list, but it's a little bit of a doji candle. I don't really like it. Spy, outside bar, nothing there. Square, looks like an outside bar, nothing there. TD, not something I usually play. Same thing with Teledoc, Tech L. TGT, that's Target. So Target looks like it's 2 up on the day, so there's nothing there. It does have full time frame, so you can look for a continuation there. Tesla is a 2 down that finished green, so again, triggers, first and second targets. Tesla has higher premiums. Usually, I haven't checked it since it's been down at around 100 or 200 bucks. The Trade Desk, TTD, 2 down, finished green, hammer candle. Let's look for that to trend back to the upside. We're coming to a close here, guys. TU, TELUS Corporation, not something I look at. Uber's got a continuation, full time frame. UPST, 2 down, red. Visa, not something I normally play on the day. VLO, no setup. WFC, Wells Fargo, just looks like a continuation. It's a big continuation. Time frame will be all in our favor on that one as well. XEL, no setup there. Good time frame outside of the quarterly and the yearly. XLU, outside bar, no setup. XLV, no setup with the outside bar. XOM, 2 up, finish green, no setup there. XOP, same thing, nothing there. And that's a list, guys. So I got to get going. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Get in on the Discord. Join me on Twitter as well. I wish you guys nothing but luck and green on Wednesday. Hopefully you guys do great. Hopefully you are doing great. Check out the rest of the channel. There's a ton of learning tool videos for you guys, including at the end of this video. So check that out. Good luck trading, guys. If you have questions, ask them in the Discord or ask them down below in the comment section. I will answer whatever you guys have for me, okay? I'm here to help you. Good luck, and bye-bye.